Imagine this, friends, a city where beautiful young women are disappearing one after another, and their families are being paid money in return. But the most shocking part, once the money is delivered, nobody even tries to look for them, as if everything is normal, as if humanity itself has disappeared. That's exactly why this dangerous gang continues their operation without any fear. But the story takes a deadly turn when they accidentally kidnap the wife of one of the biggest gangsters in the country. And from that moment, a brutal game begins that refuses to stop. The name of the film is Unstoppable. Hello friends, I'm Sam, and you're watching Know the Story Global. Before I begin the video, just a small request. If you're new to this channel, then please subscribe to the channel. The story begins with Dong, who is working early in the morning at a fish market along with his friend, delivering seafood supplies. There, some men working for a union leader are brutally beating someone to collect money from him. Even after seeing all this, Dong stays quiet because he knows that the union leader is an extremely powerful man. As the leader walks past him, he pats Dong on the back and says, "Good, keep working like this." Deep inside, Dong hates him, but still pretends to show respect. A little later, Dong receives a phone call and quickly leaves the place. Here, we find out that Dong is planning to start a new business, importing king crabs into Korea. But one thing becomes very clear. He had already tried several businesses before, and every single time he ended up getting cheated. Still, Dong is not someone who gives up easily. Even this time, he takes another loan and starts again, despite knowing that the shipment might take months to arrive. On the other hand, his wife works multiple jobs, sometimes at an old age home, sometimes as a waitress in a hotel. Together, they are desperately trying to escape their debts. While returning home at night, their conversation reveals that Dong's wife is deeply frustrated with his constant business failures. And the biggest issue is Dong invested money again without even telling her. He wants to confess the truth, but he just can't gather the courage. Now, the story suddenly takes an unexpected turn. Inside a building, some men are torturing an old man to force money out of him. When he fails to pay, they are about to kill him. But at that exact moment, his daughter returns home. And instead of killing the old man, the gang kidnaps his daughter instead. At this moment, we clearly understand that this gang is actually running a dangerous human trafficking racket. While they are taking the girl away, their car accidentally crashes into Dong's car at a traffic signal. Dong steps out to talk, but the gang members behave rudely with him. Then Dong's wife also comes outside, and the gang leader instantly becomes obsessed with her beauty. Without saying much, he calmly handles the situation and leaves. But something far more dangerous is already going on inside his mind. The next morning, Dong visits the union leader to collect his money, but the leader avoids him. After a lot of begging, he only gives Dong $2,000. Helpless, Dong leaves from there. But another huge shock is waiting for him. He learns that the crab ship accidentally entered Chinese waters and has been stopped by Chinese authorities, which means his business is delayed once again. Things get even worse when the loan company sends a legal notice to his wife. If they fail to repay the money, their house and car will be seized. And on top of all this, it is also his wife's birthday that day. To make her happy, Dong plans a dinner at an expensive restaurant as a surprise. But even there, the two end up arguing about money and his failed businesses. Dong goes out to bring a birthday cake, but when he returns, his wife has disappeared. At first, Dong thinks she probably left angrily and sadly returns home alone. But near his house, he sees that the road is blocked because of an accident. He waits there without realizing that at the exact same time, the biggest tragedy of his life is happening inside his home. That accident was actually part of the gang's plan to stop anyone from reaching the house. During that time, the gang kidnaps Dong's wife. When Dong finally enters the house, he finds everything messed up and immediately realizes that something terrible has happened. Without wasting any time, he rushes to the police station and files a complaint. There, he discovers that all the CCTV cameras around his house were mysteriously turned off during the kidnapping, which means this entire thing was carefully planned. Just then, Dong receives a phone call from the kidnapper. "Your wife is with me. Going to the police was a mistake. I left an address on your fridge. Come there alone, or your wife will not survive." Without wasting a second, Dong rushes to the address. Inside the restaurant, a table has already been reserved for him. On the table is a bag, a phone, and a jacket. Suddenly, the phone rings. The kidnapper says, "Open the bag." Inside the bag, there's a huge amount of cash. Then, the kidnapper calmly says, "Take the money and forget about your wife." Dong immediately suspects that the kidnapper is nearby. He notices a man and starts chasing him, but later realizes he followed the wrong person. Frustrated and angry, Dong goes back to the police and tells them everything. The police keep the money as evidence. Now, Dong decides to investigate on his own. Through one of his friends, he tracks down an informer, a man who knows every dark secret of the city. But the informer refuses to work without money. Left with no choice, Dong returns to the union leader again. But this time, instead of help, he gets insulted and beaten badly. And right here comes the biggest twist of the film. Dong finally reveals his true identity. He is not an ordinary man at all. He is actually a former gangster. And in the very next moment, Dong single-handedly beats up everyone there and takes the money by force. With that money, he returns to the informer. After some negotiation, the informer finally agrees to help, and together they begin investigating. Slowly, they trace the suspicious vehicle involved in the kidnapping, but discover that the license plate was fake. Following more clues, they reach an underground parking area where an entire illegal operation is running: drugs, fake number plates, and much more. At first, the manager refuses to cooperate and the guards attack them. Even the informer gets beaten up badly. But eventually, out of fear, the manager reveals the truth. He says they know nothing about the gang personally. They only receive phone calls and handle deliveries from time to time. After hearing this, Dong finally gets the address of their last delivery. Without wasting any time, Dong and his companions rush to the location, but after reaching there, they discover that the place is actually a hotel, and the ownership has recently changed. The old owner has already disappeared. After coming this far and still finding no solid lead, Dong slowly starts losing hope. But just as he is about to leave, his eyes fall on a black car from which several girls are being taken out. The moment Dong sees this, he becomes suspicious, and then he notices a familiar face. It is the same man he had seen the day his wife was kidnapped, the man who was exchanging something near the roadblock that day. Now, Dong becomes completely certain that these people are connected to the same gang. He immediately walks up to the man and tells him to step out of the car. But the moment the man recognizes Dong, he panics and tries to escape. Dong is just about to stop him when suddenly he receives a call from the police station. They ask him to come there immediately. As soon as Dong arrives at the station, he gets the shock of his life. The police have found an unidentified dead body whose description matches his wife's. He has been called there for identification. With fear in his eyes, Dong looks at the photograph, but the moment he sees it, he finally breathes again in relief. It is not his wife, which means there is still hope. While leaving the station, Dong notices several photographs of missing people on the wall. That's when he realizes this is not some small operation. It is a massive trafficking racket. At that moment, he meets another man whose wife had gone through the same thing. His wife was kidnapped 2 years ago, and only recently her dead body was found. From that man, Dong learned something important. The kidnappers had also paid him money. At first, he accepted it, but later he started investigating the truth himself. He hands all the information he collected over to Dong and says, "This information is useless to me now. Maybe it can help you." But the moment Dong leaves the place, that man suddenly falls from the building and dies. When Dong checks the file, he finds a business card belonging to a financial company, and suddenly a memory flashes in his mind. He has seen this card before. Slowly, he remembers the driver who crashed into their car had given them the exact same card. Now, the entire puzzle becomes clear. That financial company is just a cover. Behind it, a human trafficking business is running. Filled with rage, Dong storms straight into the company's office. He clashes with the manager, beats up the guards, and kidnaps the manager for questioning. But even after severe torture, the manager refuses to speak. Then, suddenly, the gang leader appears on a video call and says, "Kill the manager, or I'll kill your wife." Dong refuses, so the leader starts drowning Dong's wife underwater. Helpless, Dong grabs the manager by the throat and begins choking him. But the real twist is he never actually kills him. He only knocks him unconscious. After regaining consciousness, the terrified manager finally reveals the truth. This gang will do anything for money: kidnapping, selling human organs, and many other horrific crimes. And the most shocking part? Once the victims' families receive money, most of them never even come back to rescue their loved ones. The manager gives Dong a few possible locations where the gang might be hiding. But now, another problem appears. The ransom money given by the kidnappers had already been submitted to the police as evidence, so how will Dong get that money back? Here, Dong's informer friend comes up with a risky plan. Both of them enter the police station using fake identities and try to retrieve the evidence money, but they get caught. Dong, who is waiting outside, immediately realizes something has gone wrong. To create a distraction, he blows up a car in the parking area. Everyone panics, and amid the chaos, they successfully escape with the money. Meanwhile, at the place where Dong's wife is being held captive, another girl is being brutally tortured. Seeing this, Dong's wife gathers courage and attacks the gang members to save her, but both women get captured again. Just then, Dong calls the gang leader. "The money is ready. Tell me where to come." The leader becomes surprised, but gives him the address. At the same time, he secretly orders his men to kill both women after collecting the money. Meanwhile, Dong and his friends finally reach the gang's hideout. Dong smashes through the gate and storms inside, and then begins an explosive fight. One by one, he destroys the guards while checking every room. The moment he enters one room, he beats the gang members so brutally that they stand absolutely no chance against him. Outside, his friends discover a massive shipment operation and manage to rescue several kidnapped girls. Inside, Dong comes face to face with a huge bodyguard, and then begins a savage hand-to-hand fight. But Dong's rage and love for his wife push him beyond limits, and eventually he defeats the bodyguard as well. At the same time, the police finally arrive and safely evacuate all the rescued girls. Now the final showdown begins. Dong and the gang leader engage in a brutal fight on the road. To weaken him emotionally, the leader shows him his wife, who is trapped inside his car. Dong's car crashes badly, and the leader believes Dong is finally dead. He walks towards him carrying an axe. But suddenly, the game turns around. Dong gets back up, and then he beats the leader so mercilessly that the man is completely destroyed. In the end, Dong successfully rescues his wife, and the police arrive to arrest the entire gang.
And finally, the news reveals that after an agreement between China and Korea, Dong's king crab shipment has finally arrived in Korea. Which means, friends, while Dong was risking his life to save his wife, his other big dream was also slowly becoming reality. In the ending, we see that Dong's king crab business Dong worked so hard for has finally become successful. Dong is now the owner of a large and successful restaurant where he and his friend work together as business partners. And the most beautiful part? Dong's wife is standing beside him. Together, they celebrate happily inside the restaurant during a joyful birthday party filled with lights, laughter, and peace. And with that, the story comes to an end. This story teaches us that no matter how difficult life becomes, if a person has courage and true love for their family, they can go beyond every limit. And most importantly, defeat only happens when we stop trying, because the person who keeps fighting till the very end can never truly be stopped. So friends, if you enjoyed this story, then please like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Know the Story Global, for more amazing movie explanations. Your one subscription motivates me to bring you more incredible stories. We'll meet again in the next video with another heart-touching story. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you.